Summer and Karen were sitting on Karen's double bed, and Summer asked Karen if she had ever done certain things to herself. Karen said she didn't know how. The truth was, Karen didn't dare think about it. Her mom had told her many times that certain acts were a sin. But here was Summer, drunk on her bed, talking about these things. Karen was fascinated and still a little drunk. Karen lay down next to Summer's sleeping body. So Karen laid there and stared at Summer sleeping next to her. She remembered the night when Summer wet her sleeping bag. She kept picturing Summer standing there with wet pajama bottoms. From then on, Karen just associated certain acts with the thought of wetting. It didn't make a lot of sense. It didn't even explain all her feelings. But Summer rarely was able to lose herself without thinking about some sort of wetting accident. Despite her encounter with Summer, Karen didn't consider herself to be a lesbian. But the thought of being in wet pants thrilled her on far more than any encounter with a man. So part of Karen's love of diapers and wetting was carnal, but part of it wasn't. Part of it was the adrenaline rush. Part of it was the risk of doing something wrong and getting away with it. And as Karen lay there in her leaking purple-trimmed underjams, she wondered how she could get that part back. How could she feel the risk she once felt when she first wore a diaper in public? Where was the adrenaline rush? Karen showered and crawled into bed, still trying to imagine what she could do for fun. Where could she get an adrenaline rush? Karen used to feel an adrenaline rush. She remembered the first time she did something related to wetting. Shortly after the incident with Summer, Karen had been fantasizing about wetting her pants in public. Finally, she worked up a scheme where she would go into the mall bathroom and pretend her zipper was stuck. Then she would pee her pants in front of someone. It was bold, it was exciting, and it didn't happen. She stood in the bathroom for 20 minutes and no one came in. Finally, she decided to pee her pants anyway. After she peed, she went into a stall and started changing into dry jeans and panties that she had brought in her school backpack. Just then a mom came in with a little girl and they noticed the pee on the floor. "Girl, what's that?" "Mom, somebody peed on the floor, honey. It's icky. Let's walk around it." A few years later, Karen tried a wetting incident again and got yelled at by a security guard. Both incidents certainly got Karen's adrenaline rushing. But when she moved to college, the idea of wearing a diaper was more exciting than the idea of wetting herself. Karen experimented with everything from poise pads to Depends to poise underwear to Supermaxes to girls' pull-ups to girls' goodnights. Each was its own thrill. For a while she particularly enjoyed the thrill of poise pads because she could often pee more than they would hold. She enjoyed wearing a skirt or dress in public and wondering whether she would get a leak down her leg. Or whether the pad would be able to keep up with her wetting. Would she get caught? Would anyone notice? That was an adrenaline rush.